Happy people? Welcome to another epic episode of Jen Talks Diaries. I don't even know how to really express myself because this is our 10th episode of the podcast, and I've been let's just give it a round of applause. Wow, I am super excited, and I just want to say wow, it has been not that long. It has not been a long journey, but I could say that it has been an incredible journey. I mean, from first episode up until the last episode with consistency. Well, shout out to the podcast. Shout out to everybody who has always been helping me out. Everybody who has always stood by my side. Everyone who has literally, give their time and their consistency as well, and everything that everybody has put in the podcast. It absolutely amazing. So I am your all-time favorite Blessed Sia, and this is the Jen Talks Diary podcast. And before we go anywhere, make sure that you like, you comment, and you definitely subscribe, and you also tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure that we just tell everybody, because this podcast is one of the podcasts where we are just not in the hurry. We are not in a hurry. We are taking it slowly and one step at a time. And we really want to see the great difference that it will make, 10 years from now onwards, when we look back and we were actually part of that journey. We were actually part of the journey, and we have seen it. We have seen it all. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. And this episode right here is one of the episode that will actually give a great announcement, and we will share a little bit of my story in a way. Is it my story? Not really my story, but we will get into it. But first of all, I just want to thank all my support system. When you actually get time to do something in life, it is nothing without, you can never be anything without having a support system. So I just want to give a great shout out and a gratitude filled with thanksgiving, to all my support system. So just to mention a few, not to really mention, but I think I will do an incredible episode that will be specifically for Thanksgiving, and will be just for giving the shout out to all the individuals that actually contributed to the episode. But I just want to thank my mentor, Dr. Tony Nyundu, all the way in Australia. He has been a great epitome of help, if I can put it that way. Thank you so much, sir, for helping me to be where I am. Your advices, the beginning, because you're the first person that I actually contacted even before starting the whole podcast. Thank you so much. And thank you to my to my special best friend. Read between the lines. Thank you to my special best friend. I call her the director. And all the episode, that there is always a voice at the background, and she's always there and giving the comments, and also she's one of the best that literally puts her heart out for this podcast. Thank you to my favorite and my best friend, my all. I thank you so much. And thank you to all my guests. We had incredible guests in the show, and I just want to say I've learned a lot from our guests. We really had an incredible sessions with them, and out of all our guests, there's one thing that I actually realized, that it is not about the number of views. It is not about the number of followers, but it's about the story behind the individual. It's the story that matters after all, because one thing that they have taught me, different things, but all I can say is that I have learned something, and I have taken out a great tool of application in each and every guest that I've had. So thank you to all my guests. Thank you to the man behind the design of the logo, the man behind the design of Gen Talks Diaries logo, and this is one of my friends, Advent. Thank you so much, man. You have really been an epitome of help as well. I wouldn't have had the this beautiful logo right here. See this picture? That's because of him, and he also has his incredible YouTube page. Check them out. And also my friend Molly, thank you so much, Skim. You have been also great help. Thank you for the ideas that you actually shared with me. Some of them you say, Skim, come and try to do this, do it like this, why don't you do this like this? So thank you so much. And thank you to Glody, actually Dr. Glody, he's actually a doctor. Thank you to Dr. Glody for helping me out with all the studio techs, at the beginning, I did not know anything about. I knew a little bit, but I did not know to a very much large extent of how the tech around a studio works. So thank you to him, and thank you to you as a viewer. Thank you to you as a viewer. Your like and your subscription, your view definitely changed the game. So continue to keep on supporting, and I promise you that one day when we look back all together, we will actually be surprised and we will be happy together to say we have finally made it. So thank you so much, because we are here to document a life of a young person. So without any waste of time, today I want us to specifically speak about striking balance, and why I came up with this topic, or why I came out to do this monologue. It's that in our everyday lives we get to be so busy, and we actually struggle sometimes to strike a balance between our personal life, our academic life, our work life, and our extramural life. We find it very difficult to strike a balance and to make it just meet. So today I want us to particularly speak about striking a balance between your life, striking a balance between your schoolwork and everything. So first of all, I just want to look at an example of my life as a medical student. I'm a medical student. I am a podcaster. I don't want to say a musician, but I do music. I am also an English teacher. And to some of those who want to say I'm actually a writer, but I'm actually an author. So my life as a whole is very busy, and I sometimes do not have the right tools in order to escalate, or in order to maneuver in several dimensions, or in several ways of how to do things the best way. I cannot say that I am the best in coming out with advice, because we are all different, but I can just give a piece of what I am living and how I manage to do everything all at once. So I want to start first with my daily routine. This is how my Monday to Thursday goes about. In the morning, from the time when I wake up, take a bath, I go straight to school. My lessons start at 8:30, most of them. After my lessons from 8:30, after I think up until 12 or 1 sometimes, depending on which cycle I am attending. And then from there onwards, sometimes I do have lectures. Some of the lectures I do attend, and some of them I don't, for particular reasons though. And then in that meantime, after those lectures, if I go to a lecture, if I don't go to a lecture, I have work. The teaching comes in. That's where I meet up with my students. Some of them are online and some of them are offline. So I meet up with them. I go to different schools, and then I teach English. And after that, I go back home. Probably by the time I come back home, it's around about 8:30. 8:30. Sometimes I have several meetings to attend, and sometimes I have several prayer sessions to attend. I do that. But after that, I try to give myself 2 to 3 hours of studying or writing, like my notes of what I learned through the day, or preparing for the next day. And then after that, you go on about my personal things that I do, and I will come back to that after this. Yeah, I do that, and then after that, I sleep, and then it's again another day. So that's how my life works from Monday to Thursday, but it kind of changes between Friday to Sunday. So Friday to Sunday, it's a little bit of Friday to Sunday, it's a little bit of now the music. That's where most of the music part comes in. Music, I work on Friday, I work on Saturday, and on Saturday, I have rehearsals to attend. And then on Sunday, it's obviously church, and we give God all the glory. So that's how it is. That's how my week goes about. So if you look at my entire week and you ask yourself, how does this time manage? How does this guy manage to do all the things he does? Because 24 hours is literally not enough. I repeat, 24 hours is never enough. It's not enough for me, it's not enough for you, but we all gotta choose, and we all have to choose several things that really impact our lives and really makes a difference. And one thing that I want to say that actually helps me throughout to go about my days, I value I value my priorities. I have my priorities straightened up, and I know which one comes first. The first reasons of why I am in Russia, why I'm in a medical school, that's the fundamental. That's the main reason. So that is my priority. School is my priority, and then the other things, they fall into place. During a week, how I get to go about my evenings. I have prayer sessions to attend, and sometimes just to cool off my brains a bit and maybe watch just an episode of a series that a series or something that is totally different from what I do in my daily life. And then afterwards, I just try by all means to manage time. Although I manage time by trying to go sleep early, but that does not happen. Trust me, that does not happen. Every time I go to bed around about 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and then around about 6:30 again, I have to be up, so I don't get enough sleep. But however, I want to speak about time management. It's very critical for an individual or for a young person to quite manage the time very well. I mean, as I said, 24 hours is not enough, but within your 24 hours, what do you choose to do? There are a lot of things that you can do, and there are some things that are necessary, and there are some things that are unnecessary. So it's a matter of choosing what is important to you, and you make your list of priority. Sometimes we do so many things that are literally not even impactful within our lives, and they don't even contribute an inch of success or something of greatness. So we have to do away of such things. I mean, sitting on your phone watching YouTube shorts, and not that I'm bashing other YouTube creators, content creators. No, but sometimes those are things that literally waste our time. And other things that literally waste our time is sitting down and watching a series of several episodes, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, okay, let me watch this one, okay, another one, right? When you binge watch, sometimes we have to be strict on such things. So you need to make sure that you are strict, and just sometimes you give yourself a break and tell yourself that I'm not going to watch this, but I'm going to go about my life with a spectrum of a timetable. And that's how you can try to manage to do it best. And it also one of the great tools that I apply in my life, because out of all these things, you can still try to have a busy life, but if you don't have a discipline, you will just be busy and not productive. You will just be busy but not productive. Everybody is busy. Everyone is busy. But out of your busy life, is it productive? That's the question of the day. Is your busy life productive? Well, that's about it about my personal life. Although I don't want to make this episode quite long, but I just wanted us to come and literally sit down and look at these things. One thing that people miss out throughout a busy life is that they never get time to rest. Now, asking yourself, when do I get time to rest, or when do I get time to cool down and be like, okay, let me just take it in. Fine. you will get to a point where you get to experience a lot of fatigue. You will get to a point where you actually experience stress. I don't want to speak about depression, but yes, depression as well. There are certain moments where I just feel like I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much for me. But however, the first thing that you need to analyze is, why are you doing that? Why are you doing what you are doing? The purpose behind it. And the most important thing is it contributing towards your success? Is it contributing towards your future? Is it contributing towards you becoming a better version of yourself? In all the things I do, you start from, okay, as a medical student, as a teacher, as a musician, as a podcaster, as a writer, and all the other things that I have not mentioned. All these things are a priority to me, and all these things literally influence and impact me greatly. And of course, everything I do, it's not that I'm doing it just because it's extra time or what, but I know that it's part of my personal development. And one day we will be sitting back and be like, oh, actually, I can actually do this, all these things, but they have actually greatly impacted me. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. So the question of the day you have to ask yourself, is everything I am doing important? Is it necessary? Is it urgent? And if not, you can be busy but not productive. Yeah. Okay, beautiful people. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you are smiling wherever you are. You are having a great week ahead of you, and you are literally becoming better each and every day, and you are impacting and influencing the world and changing every individual at a time. So beautiful people. Now, this is the great announcement of the episode, or of this episode, is that we are currently going on a break, right? We are actually going on a little bit of a break, but however, our first segment from episode 1 to episode 10, we are segmenting that as our first season. So we are going to come back again with the second season. I think probably a month after now. I just want to get a little bit of things into place, and of course get also strategize again for the podcast. As I told you, that having a busy life sometimes requires you to relax a bit and take it in, right? So we will be going on a short break, but I think it will be a week or two, a month or two. Month or two, that's quite a lot actually, but no, we'll be going just on a month. We will take a break a bit and try to gain up momentum for our epic episode, and literally make it with make it with impact, or make it different. What am I saying? Yeah, so that's the important announcement that we had, that this will be our last episode for our first season. So our second season surely coming back with more interesting conversations, with more interesting guests, and definitely with more interesting all right, conversations. That's all right. So thank you so much for tuning in, beautiful people. Make sure you hit that subscription button. Make sure you comment, you like, and you subscribe, because we are here to impact the world, and we are here to bridge a gap between purpose, lifestyle, and a dream. It is all about a dream. But one thing I can tell you, that we are somewhere in the future, and we look way much better than we actually right now. Thank you. Blessed See You, proudly, spontaneously sponsored by Jesus Christ, and God is our brand. Thank you so much for tuning in.